Hello, I'm Charles Moffat, and today I get to announce that there is a winner for my draw for the first 100 subscribers to my YouTube channel. And the winner I have contacted, or made attempts to contact. I'm gonna wait another week or two to see if they respond, and if they don't respond, I will just do like another draw and somebody else will get picked. But the winner gets a choice of these three books, or this one, or this one. Now the reason why you get all three here is because these ones are a bit smaller. This is the size of a pulp fiction novel, this is the size of a pulp fiction novel, and this is a short story, whereas these are full-length novels. Anyway, now, this is not the only thing I want to talk about just now. I also want to talk about these two books. So it's going to be like a one-part announcement of the winner, like somebody has won. Yay, reaching 100 subscribers, yay. And a book review. This is Arabian Nights. Now I bought this book back in 2003, or these two books I should say, and these are the word here is fancy, it's unexpurgated. Unexpurgated? I don't know how to pronounce it. Unexpurgated. So what that means is that it's uncensored and it's original as close as possible based on the translation by Jax Zipes. There's a bunch of different versions of these books out there that have been translated but also been censored in various different ways. So these versions are like, try to keep them as original as possible with, absolute minimum, like hopefully no changes at all to the original stories. Some people prefer the original stories. Now the other thing I don't like about some versions of Arabian Nights is you'll open up the book and there'll be like all these footnotes at the bottom, and also no illustrations. The illustrations are nice to have too. But there'll be all these footnotes at the bottom, or sometimes even on the side margins, and you're just left with these books that are just like, feels like a textbook and just looks really boring to read. Whereas these ones are actually quite enjoyable and has all the original stuff in it, so it's not missing anything. Okay? Now, and these are very enjoyable books. So you're not getting the textbook, type, which is horrible. That's one of the reasons why I don't like reading, like, say, the Similarian. The Tolkien book. It's the Tolkien book with all the footnotes in it. It's annoying to read. You don't really want to read that book. You want a summary version where it's just like, here's the book as it was meant to be read, without all the footnotes. You do not need all that extra stuff in there. And it's the same thing. I have this other book that I've been reading that's also by Tolkien, and it's got all this extra footnotes in it. It just makes it so much worse. I just want to read the book. I don't want all the footnotes. Okay? So that's one of the lovely things about these two books here. And the fact that there's also the illustrations are always very nice. And within here, is there no illustrations in this one? Oh, yeah, there was one. Okay, yeah, so there are illustrations in this one. And then the first one, of course. Now, these... Oh, apparently I'm using this as a bookmark. This is a art piece by a colleague of mine, Jennifer Linton. There you go. You should check her out. She's an awesome artist. So yeah, this lovely bit of artwork here in terms of the illustrations, and also Jennifer Linton's work too. That's also nice. But what draws you in with these stories is that there's also a narrative device where it's like you get a story inside a story on a regular basis. So, and sometimes a story inside a story inside a story. So it's just very fun to read in that respect. And you'll never really get bored of reading these. Now they are essentially a collection of folklore. So you have to kind of go like, okay, this is not mythology, it's not religion, It's folklore. So it's just these stories that have been passed down, and then eventually Richard F. Burton decided, hey, I'm going to put these in a book format. So, and various other people before him had done the same thing, putting all various stories in a book format, and then writing them in such a way that it was a story inside of story inside of story. Sometimes just to prove a point. Some of these are like parables or fables. So they're teaching a moral lesson, and those are fun to read too. Okay, so I have some other videos to make today, including some books that I bought from a store called Rereading, but I'll get to that in the next video. You should go out and check out my books, or these two books. They're awesome. Just, like, if you can find copies of these, I'm not sure if they're still even sold, but this is the Signet Classic version. Okay, the unexpurgated translation. Yeah, go check those out if you can find them. I really enjoyed reading these books. Okay, and goodbye now. Happy reading.